Thank you so much for joining me again for tips for the post-apocalyptic relationship. For those of you who are new, this is a blog series that I wrote in 2011 about tips for the post-apocalyptic relationship. The site where I wrote it got closed down, so I actually printed it out years ago because I'm a serial killer, and I print things, and I found it, and then this is, like, I even had pictures in it. I don't know if you can see that. It says, zombie apocalypse can bring a family together, which is lovely. It's like chicken soup for the soul. So I'm gonna read you a few more tips today. And we're gonna start with series I'm calling Tips for the Post-Apocalyptic Relationship, as I'm quite sure the end of the world is nigh. I was so on the pulse. Well, probably not the world, just the end of humans. Mother Nature will kick us to the curb as soon as she sees YouTube comments, that's real, or the GOP debates, and then she'll bring us right back in a matter of an ice age or two. Even if the world doesn't end, relationships will still have to withstand life's torrential S-storms. You guys, I wrote this in 2011, so I curse a lot more than I do now. Here are a few tips to make sure that you and your partner are like duct tape and distilled water jugs, ready for the next emergency. I really like that. Here are a few tips to make sure you and your partner are just like duct tape and distilled water jugs, ready for any emergency. This one was requested by Marie Lowell. The tip was, you suck too. And I wrote, whenever something trivial is driving me crazy about the BF, I think to myself, do you really think he loves everything about you? You throw your SHIT all over the house and watch Lord of the Rings back to back every time you have a bad day, and he never says anything about it, which is very true. So shut the F up and let it go. That was a tip for the post-apocalyptic relationship, and that is, you suck too, which I really like that I wrote that. This is also one of my other favorites. A tip, it's be nice. And I wrote, a man actually once said to me when I got off stage, do you kiss your mama with that mouth? And to be honest, more than one person has said that. So rude. Do you kiss your mama with that mouth? To which I, of course, replied, bold tongue. However, quite the opposite is true. Home is not the place for S-talking. Really, no need to curse at each other or say hurtful things. If you need to curse at somebody, save it up for the next person you see littering on the sidewalk or jerking it in the subway. Eek, but true. Then you're free to swear it up like a sailor storm, as you won't be counting on those people to change your bladder pans when your junk stops working. I love that. Don't curse at each other in the house. We're already stressed out, so, take it outside where you can't curse within 6 feet of other people, but, be nice to your loved ones. I think these were great tips that I wrote in 2011. Fun times.